Hey guys, Mihash here, just coming at you with a quick tip on making synth lines. And just bear with me because I haven't scripted this, so I may well waffle. So basically the clip that's about to show is going to be just me trying to improvise a synth line on the Cyberpunk track. So I did this a couple of weeks ago, and it's generally the process I take when trying to do a synth line. If I don't have an idea of the melody in my head already. This is what usually happens. Like, I don't have an idea. I just know I want a synth line, or I know I have a nice sound that I've made, nice synth that sounds cool, but I don't know what it wants to play. So, in those situations, my biggest bit of advice is to make sure you're looping the song, looping what you've got already, and just hit the record button and just play around. Just make sure you've got either a MIDI controller or just an on-screen keyboard. Most DAWs have a thing where you can just pop up the keyboard and it turns your typing keyboard into a piano, basically. Just hit the record button, guys. Like, you don't have to have any musical training, any musical knowledge. Just be aware that most of it is going to sound terrible. I know about music theory. I've been classically trained, so I know roughly what notes sound good, but especially when the record button hits and the pressure's on, it is difficult, and it's just it becomes quite a jumble of notes and quite a mess. But the point is, if you do it for long enough, eventually you're going to have little bits that little snippets where the stars align, and you can come back to them and then just work on those. So just give yourself enough time, just hit the record button, just record any old rubbish, and then when you go back to it, it's often a little bit of a cringy process, obviously, because you have to listen back to all the crap, but you'll find those little moments where something happened. Sometimes it's something you don't really expect. It's just something weird, but that will spark off inspiration, and then you might find, you know, that you can string a couple of these things together, or that might sound good with in a call and response type thing, or this is really good but I just need to tweak this note here. And then that's just a really good way of generating material in a kind of organic way rather than just drawing in notes. Like, there's nothing more soul destroying than just trying to draw in a melody. It doesn't work. It doesn't work the same as if you're actually playing it, if you're actually using your fingers and your body. And as I say, you don't have to be musical, you don't have to know about theory. You could just work with samples if you wanted to. But if you wanted to come up with your own melody line on a synth, then don't be afraid to make mistakes. This game is all about trial and error. Just hit the record button, see what happens, and you might surprise yourself. In this clip, you'll see the process of me recording the synth lines, and if you watch a previous video where I actually play back, I think it was a session after this session, you can hear how I edited those synths, that synth recording, down into just some little bits, so you can actually see the process in between. So yeah, I'll stop waffling now, and hopefully this has been informative. Hit the record button, see what happens.